Hi, this is Joe Falk with Financial Intelligence Consulting here with IRS tax tip number 7. Here I'm going to give you 6 important facts about dependents and exemptions. Even though each individual tax return is different, some tax return rules affect every person who may have to file a federal income tax return. These rules include dependents and exemptions. The IRS has 6 important facts about dependents and exemptions that will help you file your 2011 tax return. So first, exemptions reduce your taxable income. Okay, there are 2 types of exemptions: personal exemptions and exemptions for dependents. For each exemption, you can deduct $3,700 on your 2011 tax return. Second, your spouse is never considered your dependent. On a joint return, you may claim one exemption for yourself and one for your spouse. If you're filing separate return, you may claim the exemption for your spouse only if they had no gross income and are not filing a joint return and were not the dependent of another taxpayer. Third, exemptions for dependents. You generally can take an exemption for each of your dependents. A dependent is your qualifying child or qualifying relative. You must list the Social Security number of any dependent for whom you can claim an exemption. 4. If someone else claims you as a dependent, you may still be required to file your own tax return. Whether you must file a tax return depends on several factors, including the amount of your unearned income or earned income, gross income, your marital status, and any special taxes you owe. Number 5, if you are a dependent, you may not claim an exemption. If someone else, such as your parent, claims you as a dependent, you may not claim your own personal exemption on your own tax return. And finally, number 6, some people cannot be claimed as your dependent. Generally, you may not claim a married person as a dependent if they file a joint return with their spouse. Also, to claim someone as a dependent, that person must be a U.S. citizen, U.S. resident alien, U.S. national or resident of Canada or Mexico for some part of the year. There is an exemption to this rule for certain adopted children. For this and further information, you can see IRS Publication 501. You can get actually this publication and many others at the IRS website at irs.gov. You can get this publication, exemptions, standard deductions, and filing information for additional tests to determine who can be claimed as a dependent on your tax return. So again, for more information on exemptions, dependents, and whether you or a dependent needs to file a tax return, you can visit www.irs.gov. You can also contact here's Financial Intelligence, toll-free 855-275-7736. You can also find many of these publications as well as more resources available on our resources page of our website, financial-intelligence.net.